We know nuclear science, right? Nuclear science can give you two things. Nuclear particles can give you destruction by having a nuclear bomb, or can give you the cleanest energy. So whatever happens to your life, don't try to be the nuclear bomb. Try to be the nuclear energy that would give to the people, that would make people happy. I'm very fortunate that I have traveled to the grassroots of India with my parents and my family members. I've traveled to 26 states of India. I've seen farmers working in a hot summer day preparing for the monsoon. I'm not the only one who is suffering. And why should I call that as a suffering? Life of a person with disability is a life of a person with disability. Don't hype it, don't demean it. Just be with it.
Hello and welcome to this podcast by the India Autism Center. We are at the Purple Fest in Goa, and today I have the pleasure to interview Sayomdev Mukherjee, more popularly known as Den amongst his friends and fellow disability activists. Den has had a very interesting life story. From being a non-voice person for 25 years to becoming a radio jockey for 82 weeks to today being the head of international projects at Enable India. Den, thank you so much for joining us on this podcast.
My pleasure, Nipun.
Yeah. Den, you've done a wide variety of things in life. Your first 25 years were obviously very lonely. You were a non-voice person. Can you tell us a bit about how your childhood and life was as it started, very briefly?
Number one, I was never lonely. I was brought up in a wonderful joint family, which is a very fortunate thing to happen to me, that I was born in a joint family, and I was born in a place where 12 different identities brought me up in 12 different ways.
Wow.
So that doesn't mean that I have 12 different personalities, but I have goods of all those 12 peoples. And everybody has given or imparted their outstanding knowledge in me so that I can become the person who I am today. Because there is a difference between education and knowledge. Educated person can become myopic, but a knowledgeable person can become far-sighted. I want to be a knowledgeable person, and I am in the pursuit of that all the time.
No, that's beautifully said. And just to clarify, I think when I said lonely, what I meant is that I know you as a very extroverted person, somebody who has one of the best senses of humor that I have seen, not just in the disability sector, but in the world in general in that sense. And I mean that, it seems like a big shift from being somebody who lived a non-voice life for 25 years to what you are today.
Yeah. Nipun, you know what is the funniest thing about this? So one day, one of my seniors, my manager, called me in their cabin and told me that, then just be a bit careful. I'm not telling where and which organization it was told. Just be a bit careful. I asked why. People are jealous of you. I asked why. Then that person told that a person like you, such a jovial person like you on a wheelchair, people can accept that. And that's why people are getting jealous that how can a person on a wheelchair be so jovial and kind of happy-go-lucky type? I thought, what the hell about it?
No, great. Yeah. Have you ever tried your hand at stand-up comedy?
No, I don't want to, because anything to do with any structure, I keep away from that.
Fair enough. But you were a radio jockey for 82 weeks.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a bit about how you got that opportunity and
that has been quite that has been quite a surprise to me, that I could become a radio jockey, because being a non-speaking person for 25 years of my life, becoming a radio jockey itself was a challenge for me. I didn't know whether I would be able to do that job, but in my life, multiple times it has happened that I have been thrown off the boat to the middle of the ocean, not knowing how to swim or how to traverse that particular wave of ocean or ocean current, but I had to figure out. So there was a day in 2011 when in my previous organization where I used to work also and I was brought up also, I was doing some volunteering activity, and some director came to me and told that somebody from 91.9 Friends FM is going to visit and they are going to talk to you. I thought that they are going to come and talk to me because I was mostly talking to the media people and or representing the organizations. And the boss came, the boss during that time was Joydeep Banerjee. Joyda came and asked me that, then what do you think of life? Then I casually answered that, Joyda, life is a beautiful gift of God which mankind misuses, and they don't understand how beautiful life is.
Right.
After trying to commit to finish myself, to die kill myself 3 times, I have understood how beautiful the life is. So therefore, yeah, that was my answer to Joyda. And then Joyda somehow told me that you are going to do a show. I thought that he is inviting me for an interview to, like this, Lipun taking dense interview. Somebody would take dense interview for one day, and I had no clue that they were offering me a job, because my ears wanted to believe that, but my heart didn't want to believe that. Okay. So then when they called me up and told that you are going to come for a voice test on so and so date, I was like, okay, now I got it. I heard it correct. So let's go. So that's how radio show happened. And the first show took me 12 hours to record. A half an hour talking time took me 12 hours to record. And then I thought that they're going to throw me out tomorrow. I don't even want to come tomorrow. Then again I went the next day. And this happened, Nipun, trust me, from the day 1 till the last day that I recorded my last show. I thought that I have nothing left in me. All the contents are over. But even in the 822nd show, I provided my audience with new content. And all those 822 shows were new in content about philosophy, life, and objectives.
Oh, pretty commendable, that the determination with which you kept going on after that first day, which was a struggle, spending 12 hours on a half an hour episode, etc. A lot of people give up, but I think they must have seen you going back. So what is your message to the disability community from this particular exercise of yours?
I'll bring an analogy. We know nuclear science, right? We all know nuclear science. Nuclear science can give you 2 things. Nuclear particles can give you destruction by having a nuclear bomb, or can give you the cleanest energy. So whatever happens to you in life, don't try to be the nuclear bomb. Try to be the nuclear energy that would give to the people, that would make people happy. You are not the only one that is not having everything. If I travel through India, I'm very fortunate that I have to travel through the grassroots of India with my parents and my family members. I have traveled to 26 states of India.
Oh,
I've seen
most Indians would not have done that, in fact.
So I've seen farmers working in a hot summer day preparing for the monsoon. I'm not the only one who is suffering. And why should I call that as a suffering? Accessibility? Then where is accessibility to wealth, even to the richest or the poorest? The gap is huge. if I call about problems of whom we think that they should not have any problems, if you dig deep, you will feel that they have such problems which we can't even imagine. So, life of a person with disability is a life of a person with disability. Don't hype it, don't demean it, just be with it.
Oh, I think that's very deep, and I think there's a philosopher in you that I did not know about that is coming out today in this podcast.
Thank you. Yeah.
But you know, apart from being the head of international projects at Enable India, where you're actually looking at the global work that Enable India does and the global work in disability in general, you're actually also looking after a lot of grassroots interventions. So I'm glad you mentioned the word grassroots through Project Discovery, right, which Enable India does. Can you tell us a bit, not only about Project Discovery, but about maybe a few stories of interesting innovations that have come up through Project Discoveries that you think are pakka grassroots innovations that could have only come from a country like India?
90% of the world population lives in the rural part or developing countries. Okay. And when we have 90% of the total population living in developing nations, the word that we use and that has been positivized in India to be implemented in other dictionaries, jugaad, now is a term of identifying solutions. Okay, solutions to overcome barriers. So when we want to overcome any barrier, we need to find out solution. So Project Discovery is a wonderful project that we started in Enable India. The ideation was of our chairperson Dipesh Sutaria, Sri Dipesh Sutaria, and when he ideated this particular thing, he wanted to understand what kind of solution people are making themselves to make themselves overcome any barrier. Because everything cannot be solved by others, right? People are making some things. Then in the 2020, during COVID, I was the sole person to start off with the project with a bunch of volunteers. And I was glad that the support from the community was outstanding. We collected 595 assistive solutions videos from all over India.
This was in the year one.
Year one.
Wow.
Our target was to collect only 50 to 75 solution videos, but I got a bit kind of irritated, or my ego came in the matter, because if we are a 1 billion population, why should we aim to collect only 75? So the full team, including all the volunteers, acted. We did some things. Nobody knew what strategies to be used, because this was one of its kind project.
Right.
And then we collected some outstanding assistive solutions which have been used by people in the grassroots and made by the people in the grassroots. One very unique solution that I can remember is a motorbike innovation. Motorbike innovation is that one person, Naman Patel in Gujarat, he is a wheelchair user, his wife also is a wheelchair user. And being a wheelchair user, you understand, Nipun, that main challenge lies in privacy. We need people to go with us. But whatever innovative mindset that Namanji had, with that, Namanji created a side cart which is accessible. First person can get in the side cart, transfer himself or herself in the main bike, fold the wheelchair, it would go to the side. The wife or the husband can get in also. Then they can lock the rail to guard the back, so that wheelchair does not roll back. And both the husband and wife could go together.
Wow.
Okay. This is half the story. What happened was, we uploaded in the YouTube channel. We are uploading all the assistive solutions in the YouTube channel. And I'm very proud to say that now Project Discovery has been taken to the next level. Our colleague Suma is now leading that program, and she has taken Project Discovery to the next level. Because I just started off, and like in athletics, there are 4 legs runner in relay. I call myself a first leg runner. I would gain you the momentum. Now the next person that comes in and I change the baton to that person has to make the speed, sustain and continue. I can make the initial speed, give the gap and hand over the baton. Okay, I am the first leg runner. My strength is that, professional strength is that, first leg runner. So in there what happened, one person was looking for something in Odisha, because she has a person with disabilities as a daughter. Husband and wife could not go together out because the daughter would be alone in the home. They couldn't afford a car. They only could afford a bike, motorbike. In our YouTube channel, somehow, the father from Odisha saw the motorbike solution. He took his motorbike to Gujarat, to Naman Patil. Namanji made the same solution for the person. Namanji made the same solution for the person, and the 3 of them, the family, after 10 years, the father, the mother and the daughter on wheelchair went down together after 10 years.
Wow.
This is the single impact which taught me that if I'm not with the people, I'm nowhere. Because people to people connect, grassroots to grassroots connect is the most important aspect that we need to leverage, because people solving the problem are facing the problem. And unless we go deep and understand what is the solution that they are bringing to in their simplistic mindset, we won't understand anything about solutions.
No, that's very well said. And I think this Naman's example is also one where you've illustrated how he did not even only solve a problem, but it's been replicated the solution for others as well,
Yes.
right? So I'm sure that's happened a lot with other project discoveries as well, where
That has happened. That has happened. And that particular YouTube channel, I like to see the camera and tell that what's the name of that YouTube channel. The name of the YouTube channel is EI Labs, EEILABS Labs YouTube channel, and go to EI Labs YouTube channel. There are more than 2,000 solutions which has been uploaded till now, and every day 2 solutions are getting uploaded. Subscribe and see what kind of impact our nation is creating globally.
no, that's wonderfully put. And today's the time of AI. And I know you've built some AI platform around disability as well, right?
Yeah, though I had been a long time ago, I had been a programmer, but I did not program the AI. Okay.
No, of course. But I mean, you are the main brain behind it. So
Again, Dipesh's brain, I try to execute what.
But can you tell us a bit about this platform?
Yes. So when we collected all those solutions, we wanted to know what is the most feasible way of discoverability. This is not a matter of searchability. There is a difference between searchability and discoverability. You discover things when you are thinking in an abstract way. You search for things when you know what to gain, right? So when we search in the Google, we know what to know, what to ask. But many a times when you are looking for a solution, we don't know what to ask. So we wanted to have an AI-based platform where all the published assistive solutions data in the world would be connected in a simple URL or channel or anything. But all the things has to be published already, because published data is that vast in nature that we can't even imagine. We have made the prototype or the first level of a beautiful platform which is called Dish. The URL is enablesolutions.org. Go there, click, register. I know there are some glitches in there, but we are fixing them in next 6 to 8 months. All the glitches would be fixed. And what happens there, we have got more than 5,000 data lines now in the first wave, including those 2,000 odd videos which has been uploaded in the YouTube from Project Discovery, and other people have also shared their data with us, and we have made that platform Dish, Disabilities Innovative Solutions Hub, which is known as with the tagline of which is solutions on a platter.
Wow.
Because since our childhood days, our parents have told that nothing comes on a platter. Why are you asking? Go get it. So at least we can have solutions on a platter, because everything is published. When everything is published, then everything should be accumulated, assimilated, and put it under one umbrella without any search engine optimization. So that exactly what is asked is been got. So that's the whole thing. So I call this journey of mine from grassroots to global. And that's why today's podcast is named as Grassroots to Global.
No, I'm really impressed by Dish, and I've tried this platform as well. And I think one of the biggest challenges a lot of families of persons with disabilities in India face, especially after they're born, is that they're always trying to figure out solutions. And, everybody's reinventing the wheel. So this is actually going to save so much time.
There are three aspects, So when a solution is being made, it can be replicated as it is. Grassroots replication can happen. Co-created means that you can have somebody to enhance that solution and made it into a product. If there is a solution which has been an accidental discovery, which can be helping thousands of people, that can be productized to be marketed, and we can generate such a huge amount of jobs in the disability sector to bring purple economy in the fray. So this grassroots project has been the genesis of so many things, Nipun. And that's why my learning has been, because previously I used to think that whatever solution I can imagine, nobody else can imagine that. But after working in this project, in Bengali there is a term which is called Darpo Chundo. Darpo means darpan, the mirror that shows the reflection of yours. And when it gets shattered, you are a different person. Okay. So my mirror got shattered, and that's the way that I realized that we are the smallest part of the sector, and we need to go to the grassroots level to understand what people are asking for and people are making for. Enhance that, leverage that, empower that, and take it to the global level.
I'm glad you mentioned taking it to the global level, because I think my next question actually was going to be about the global work that you're doing. You've recently been appointed brand ambassador of Zero Project. You've been heavily involved in the Zero conference. You also organize part of it in Bangalore, India every year. But a lot of people won't even know what is Zero Project and Zero conference. So for a layman, can you explain what is Zero Project and Zero conference, and why is it important for a disabled person in India?
Okay, I'll just like to call upon a terminology that I would like to use here. I call disability as a sector, not for a person-centric thing, as a sectoral thing. Okay, persons are in the center. Without person, there is nothing. So, too much of an emphasis on the person with disabilities take away the people surrounded to us, without whom the peripheral support will not happen, so that we can take the terminology disability sector as a whole. How Zero Project is impacting the disability sector as a whole. Zero Project was founded by Martin Essel, a philanthropist in Austria, Vienna. And with him, the CEO of Zero Project had been Michael Fembach. They thought, both of them thought, that something needs to be done in line of giving recognition to people working in the disability sector for enhancing the capability and ability of the sectoral growth. So there what happened, Nipun, they set it up, the organization, and gradually the event got switched from a small bit of hotel to United Nations quarter in IAEA Vienna. Now the conference is held every year in February in the IAEA quarter in Vienna. Zero Project has a tagline which is zero barrier for people with disabilities. Under the zero barrier, organizations from all over the world can apply to get recognition. By that, a global community is being made. By that, the best practices are being exchanged. By that, whatever solutions are available in Africa can be replicated in India. Whatever solutions are obtained in India can be taken to South America and other countries. My journey with Zero Project started in 2021. That conference was online thanks to COVID. And I thank COVID because COVID time was though it was a horrible time for mankind, but personally for me, because I worked from home, my work output was maximum, and that was the most number of growth that I got in my professional life, because I used to work for 14 hours a day.
Wow.
That's the advantage of working from home. Yeah. Due to some people taking the leverage in a wrong way, that got stopped. So no problem in that. So then what happened was that it was something outstanding that happened. That one day our chairperson Dipesh called me in the morning around about 11ish and asked me that, what are you doing at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? When your chairman is calling and asking this, you're surprised. You don't know what to answer. So I told that, you tell me what should I do at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So he asked that, you have any calls to take? Dipesh told. And I told that, no, that's no important call. Tell me what do you want. Join me in an interaction call. I would like to introduce to a forum to you where they have invited me. Take it up. Dipesh in that call introduced me to the Zero Project conference, a vertical committee which was organizing one of the programs in the virtual conference, and pulled out of that. And then I was taking forward the journey. And then during that time, I was in the second year of Project Discovery. In the second year of Project Discovery, we could collect 1633 videos, solution videos from all over India, including Ladakh. That was iconic year, second year, because we had a team was fun, people were there, People got motivated, they sent, everything got scaled up to the new level. From less than 600, just less than 600, it got scaled out to more than 1500. So I got an opportunity to make a presentation there, and in 2022, I could represent my country, India, to Vienna in conference, where I presented grassroots innovations as solutions to the many of the issues, many of the problems for the ecosystem. Then gradually my work in the international part came along. Later on, I developed the philosophy of globalization of the disability sector, because we are working in various silos. Unless we bridge the silos, the enrichment, transfer of enrichment will not happen. And unless the transfer of enrichment happens, people only will not get the best possible impact of anything. Numbers does not matter, impact matters. Okay, in contemporary world, people runs after numbers, but if you see the impact, which could be after 10 years, that would be massive in scale. So if we build for that impact, if we generate that impact thinking in people, the companies, the organizations, impact-based work that we can do, that would generate much more growth in the social sector, in the economic sector, and ultimately disability sector would be recognized into the service sector, because now disability sector is recognized in the charitable sector. Okay, it has to be going into the service sector, recognized by service sector, so that we can cross the threshold of the human resources, we can manage the threshold of having the financial resources, which would enhance the human resource quality and everything. Coming to the main story, the work of Zero Project consists of identifying those solutions existing in the world by nominations and organize program for 3 days to recognize them in a bigger way.
So is Zero Project like a global version of Project Discovery?
No, it's a higher level of Project Discovery. Project Discovery deals with the grassroots, and Project Discovery deals with individuals. And the Zero Project deals with the organizational level.
Okay.
Okay, but Project Discovery has an international aspect, that is Discovery Awards. So we applied for Zero Project Award. Zero Project told that it's a beautiful thing, we want to be your partners, that's why we are not taking forward your nomination for the prize. So we get a 45-minute slot in that conference in Vienna to represent grassroots innovation for last 3 years. Discovery Awards, global Discovery Award, we call it Discovery Awards. Discovery Award has generated and partnered with more than 50 country partners to take the work forward for grassroots innovations globally.
Wow.
We have touched all the continents now. Most of the partners are from African continent, but we have crossed 50 countries as country partners to take Discovery Award, which is an Indian product, to the globe, from the disability sector in the grassroots level to global level.
Right. Then I've taken a lot of your time, so I'm going to wrap up with 2 or 3 more quick questions. You've mentioned how through the Zero Project you're interacting with people from all over the world. What do you think is the one thing India can learn from the Western world when it comes to disability and inclusion? And what do you think is one thing the Western world can learn from India when it comes to disability and inclusion?
I can tell what Western world can learn from India.
Okay.
Western world can learn from India is the product, processes, and any other solutions that are already existing to be implemented in other parts of the world. Like we are becoming a powerhouse in economy by becoming the fourth largest economy of the world, India has a potential to support the global south ecosystem where persons with disabilities would be supported, the ecosystem would be supportedly made for the disability sectors where there is less support existing because of various reasons. Just the way that India became the lead of development of IT and it became a global sector to support the economic growth of not only India, of the globe. Disability sector could be the next level thing that India can lead economically to make sure that thousands of jobs are created, thousands of people are being integrated in the mainstream, professionals are built, and the sector is integrated just like the medical sector has been integrated from the charity sector to the service sector. The same thing happened to the disability sector led by India. The third thing that I can say is that accessibility is a beautiful thing, but take a context of India and understand the priorities of India. We cannot be selfish. As persons with disabilities, we cannot be selfish. Still people are there who doesn't have 2 square meals in a day. Government can spend more, but if I was the Prime Minister also, I would have focused on hunger more than disability. We have to be patient, we have to have patience in us. And I bring an analogy to complete this part. That is, this is the 200th year of women liberation movement which started in Kolkata, my hometown. Raja Ram Mohan Rai started it. Okay. It's a 200-year journey that women liberation movement has taken, and we have come here. Disability rights movement is only of 50 odd years. Don't expect that whatever we do, we would eat the fruit. We are just planting the seed, not even the saplings. The fruit would be taken up after 100 years. Maybe our next generation would also not have the food. Generation after that will take the fruit, will do whatever they want to do. So we should be patient, have patience. We should have clarity in our thought that it's an evolutionary model, evolutionary path. And another important thing, that let's do it for our generations to come, because that time is needed for any evolutionary change in social aspect or in society. That time is needed.
I think that's very beautifully said. You are at the Purple Fest right now, and you mentioned this Assistive movement is only around 50 years old, but you're one of the few people who's managed, mobilizing the global population when it comes to the Indian disability rights movement. You've got some biggies here. Can you tell us a bit about what Enable India is doing at the international level at the Purple Fest?
Yeah, we have just requested some of our partners to come. They have been quite kind and they have come. We hope that they will have a nice time in India.
Who are these people who have come?
So, okay, the Rupam Sharma is Grammy Award nominated and Oscar nominated musician, Guinness Record holder musician. and now he is working on AI, artificial intelligence, and he has developed the guardrail in the Joe Biden's administration for AI. This is number one. Number two, from Russia, a delegation is coming of 9 people. The president of that organization is a 100-year-old organization. The president of that organization is a disability advisor to the Kremlin, the president's office. That means he is the advisor to Vladimir Putin. He is coming, he has come, just landed, I know. He is coming. Then the director of Harking Institute from USA. Harking Institute is one of the key institutes started for people with disabilities in the rights movement in USA. He would be here. He would be here tomorrow early in the morning. Around about 4 he is landing, and that's going to happen. Our partners from Arab nations are here. An organization in Dubai which is working with severe disability, name is Al Noor, for last so many years. So many years, that is, they started their journey in 1984 in Dubai. Now they are in their 41st year. Some of our partners from Israel who are collaborating with us for various kind of work, and some partners from Sri Lanka.
Right. That's a diverse group of countries with different ideologies and all coming together for the message of disability and inclusion, I assume.
Yes.
Then what would be your message to a young Indian boy or a girl on a wheelchair listening to you, say, in a remote tier 3 town in India today?
I believe in giving. I don't believe in entitlement. Introspection is a key that I would tell everybody. Introspect yourself that whether you are asking too much. Introspect that how much you are giving. Introspect how much you are worth. Introspect how educated you can be, whereas compare yourself to how knowledgeable you could be. Introspect how independent matters to you. Is independent so-called doing everything on your own, or is independence taking support of everybody and growing together? Do we care about other people, other values, other people, problems? Are we caring about them? Are we caring about our country, the growth, the development? Are we caring about the globe, the people who are continuously supporting the growth of the sector? Are we respecting those diversity? We cannot be self-centered and think only individuals with disabilities. Yes, nothing about us without us is important. That is a code. But that doesn't mean no one else should exist. We should be at the core, and we should be in the front. Because if we think that way, there will be a time when a reverse push would come to people with disability, because people would think that rights is equal to entitlement. Rights is never is equal to entitlement. Rights with responsibilities is a path of development. Are you taking it that way?
Then I think that's a powerful statement. There's a lot I agree with it in it, and there's a lot I disagree with in it. But I think, unfortunately, I've taken a lot of your time, and I know you have a bunch of other meetings. So I'm not going to start debating on that further, maybe over a dinner sometime.
Sure.
But thank you so much for joining us on this podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much.